We all understand the type of climate that we're dealing with. We're dealing with multiple offer situations.
I'd love to know sort of what's your why? What makes you tick? Why are you so successful?
Have a dialogue with your lawyer. Have a dialogue with your agent.
Both sort of passionate about sort of what we do.
Again, vet your agent to make sure that they're experienced and they're local. I like that idea.
No excuse to miss it on Saturdays from 8 to 9.
That's right.
WBZ.
And now, the show that gives you the latest and most relevant housing market news. Real Estate Radio Boston with financial expert Rick Shearer and legal professional Ali Alavi.
Crowdfunding is something that gets applied to a lot of different industries all across the board, and your unique sort of platform is bringing crowdfunding into alternative financing and alternative lending, which I mean, it's near and dear to both Rick and I.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, crowdfunding started as donation and reward, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, and then because of some legislations that were passed into law in 2012, and the SEC has been slowly passing those through now, companies can actually raise capital. So small business can raise equity from investors. And then on the debt side, it's really taken off in real estate, which is what we do, is we're applying that exact same principle to raising debt capital for real estate investors online and from the crowd.
Well, why is Boston so important to your platform?
We think there's great opportunities in Boston. We've done research. We have a Boston Report, patchofland.com/Boston Report. It's hot. It's happening. There's infrastructure. There's job growth. It's just a great city on so many levels. And we think it holds a tremendous potential for us to help people continue to build it.
I mean, I tell you, geographically, this area is on fire as far as construction is concerned. I mean, we see a lot of teardowns. We see a lot of condo conversions that people are purchasing, et cetera. So I think I corroborate with that. And of course, I'm biased because I practice in this area.
Right. Tell us a little bit about your market. What are you seeing out there as we're getting into the fall market?
It's an interesting market that we've had this fall. What happened in the stock market in August had a big impact. Everybody pulled back a little bit, but over the last couple of weeks, we're seeing a lot more life.
Now, are you seeing an impact from local buyers or international buyers?
Well, it's really twofold. The local folks got a touch of, is this 2008 again? And the international buyers are saying, I don't think I had the money that I thought I had to do this. But things seem to be slowly turning around again, and actually for a very short period of time. It's really been since that was the middle of August, we're 5 or 6 weeks away from that. Things are really turning around again. It's very interesting, and a lot of that has to do with low interest rates as well.
You bring a very fresh perspective on the key set of advice that you would offer sellers if they want to be selling their property. What is some of the advice that you give them? I mean, if you're putting your property right before Labor Day and it flops like a fish, do you set those expectations for them? And if so, how?
Absolutely. One of the things that I do when I first sit down with somebody is I talk about what my role is in the process. And that's really helping them create the life that they want. It's such a key piece because often people like to distill this thing down to, I just want to sell my house for the best and highest price, right. Like buying a gallon of milk. But it's not really what that's about. It's much more about talking about how the house is going to be set out to the market, and also about what their expectations are. If they're expecting a really quick sale, then I have to tailor the conversation to them, and I talk about, okay, you want to be here in a price. This is what we're going to have to do to be there, and there's a whole number of steps that we end up going through to achieve that.
You guys are on the North Shore,
yes,
in your development company.
Yes.
You've got some great projects we want to hear about, but talk a little bit about your history.
Yeah, Windover Development, founded by Steve Dodge, 2004. I've been with the company since 2005. We've been predominantly focused.
So just a couple of years you've been there.
Just a few years. Predominant focus has been on the North Shore. We built the Boulders, which was 24 units of age-restricted housing. But that got us a really good reputation in and around the North Shore. And now currently we have We've built 12 homes at Summer Hill in Manchester,
Yeah.
and 8 are sold. We have 4 left, 2 models available for moving right away. It's all completed, so you don't have to live through construction. But the history of Windover was predominantly based in construction management, and the construction management group right now is over $100 million company, and
Wow.
we do I run the development group, which is a little separated right now, and our focus is on Summer Hill. We have other units being built in Manchester right now, condos in downtown Manchester, phenomenal place.
Yeah.
And then we have a focus on transit-oriented development in Beverly.
Are you seeing any trends in construction besides the outdoor being important and the screen porch, etc.? And how does those trends impact what you end up building?
Sure. The trends right now in construction, we see carpentry trends are very important. The attention to detail and the quality, the moldings, those kinds of things. Outdoor space, like I said, focusing on landscaping, not just putting in little trees here and there, but real good established
Rock
landscaping.
walls,
Rock walls, places for people to gather, those kinds of spaces with their families. That's what's driving it.
Interesting. And so these trends come from the feedback that consumers
Yes.
have for you, or is it a combination of consumers and brokers?
Consumers and brokers.
Got it.
Combination. Yeah.
What type of future projects do you think you foresee the development company going to?
Our development focus is going to be more towards transit-oriented development, mixed use.
What does that mean, transit-oriented development? For a listener that's driving around, they may not even know what that means.
It means, well, for us, it means in Beverly, right around the Depot train station.
Yeah.
That's really our focus right now. So,
Interesting.
Yeah, we have two buildings there functioning now, 2 apartment buildings, and more on the books.